Now, Ernest, Michael and myself were sitting the one evening having a coffee, and we came up with the brilliant idea to get a motorcycle for the show. So what did I do? I got onto the CHANGECARS website, started scrolling with 50,000 Rand as our budget, and found a lot of bikes. Obviously there were cruisers, Harleys, many brands of bikes, and I settled on one specific bike. 50 grand got me a K1200 GT, and obviously this is an all things motoring bike, so the bike is going to be covering a ton of mileage. We're going to be traveling with the bike, visiting your towns and your cities. Now, for you to do that with the bike, it's obviously important for you to make sure that the bike is in good nick, service-wise, everything is in good running order. So we're here at Bike Man out in the West Rand, and we're going to chat to a guy named Steve, who's an expert on BMW bikes. He's got over 40 years of experience with the brand itself, and he's going to let us know what we need to fix, change, replace, obviously service the bike. And yeah, I hope you have your pen and paper handy and your tools. Let's go chat. Steve, thank you so much for making the time to come and see me and chat about this bike over here.
It's my pleasure.
So from what I understand, you have over 40 years of experience with the brand BMW, am I correct?
That's correct, yes.
Now, I bought this as a used bike. It's a K1200 GT.
Yes.
What are we looking at here? What do I need to do? Obviously, I'm assuming a service needs to be done on this. What are the things to look out for and check on a motorbike?
You know, if you're technical, you can have a quick glance over the bike.
Yeah.
If you're not technical, then it can be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how much wear is left on brake pads.
Yeah.
You don't know in what condition the chain and sprockets are. And such as this bike here, with a drive shaft, you don't know if there's wear on the drive shaft.
Oh. So then would you advise a person to maybe take a mechanic with them?
No,
to go and have a look?
If you're buying it privately, what I would suggest is to speak to the owner and see if you could bring it, or he could bring it to
a guy like you,
to me, and then I can go through it front to back and check that everything's okay. I can make a list that either he's going to pay for it or you're going to pay for it and take the price of the bike.
I see. So that's a smart way to go if you're looking for a used bike. So Steve, first impressions, did I buy a good bike for 50 grand here? What do you think?
I think you got a very good bike. It's in reasonable condition. It needs obviously a service and going over and so on. Yes, I think it's a fantastic bike. If you're going to be doing a lot of long distance touring, absolutely ideal.
We've got about, what, 60,000 Ks on this?
Yes.
What is the range? I mean, how much mileage can I get from this bike, from this 60,000? Does it still have life in it?
Absolutely. These bikes, I've seen them with over 300,000 Ks on them.
Thank God, thankfully. So we're going to travel.
These bikes like to be serviced regularly, which is once a year or every 10,000 kilometers, which is BMW spec for the service.
And it just keeps running and running.
And it'll keep on running and running, yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Another thing very important on these, it's a flat four-cylinder engine. Be very careful of oil levels.
Okay, tell me more.
Check it regularly.
Steve, thank you so much for the advice. I'm going to leave this here with you and see you this afternoon.
Gugu, thank you very much. If there is anything untoward that I find, I will phone and let you know.
Well, I appreciate that, but look after her. I trust you.
All right.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.
So Steve, service report, how's it looking?
Looks very good. It obviously was due for the 60,000 kilometer service.
Is that a major service or a minor?
It's a major service.
Okay, that's why
it's a full major service. Yeah. Well, Gugu, going through the service side of it, just general service items, air filter, spark plugs, engine oil and filter, gearbox oil, diff oil.
Oh, gearbox oil and diff oil.
Yeah, and then I flushed the brake fluid as well, which is very important on these models too. Okay,
what else?
What I did find is we spoke about flat tires when you brought the bike
through. It wasn't turning left.
Yes, and the reason why the tire was flat is because it was losing pressure.
Okay.
So that is your tire there.
That's the old one.
That is the old one. So what we found is there's 4 little holes in that little area over there.
In one little spot?
In one little spot where the air was escaping.
That's crazy.
The reason why that happens is because the tread part of the tire is busy delaminating, which means it's coming loose from the carcass of the tire. Then what happens is the air escapes through there. So any little microscopic little hole, it'll start leaking.
Okay.
Yeah. One other thing that I did notice is a slight oil sweat underneath the engine.
Yeah.
It's between the engine and the gearbox. Where there's spillage from before, I don't know. So what I've done is I've cleaned it up nicely there for you. After you've done about 500 to 1,000 kilometers, please bring it around, let me have a look. I'll climb underneath quickly and just check and see.
That.
And if there's leak, it's also important to not have oil leaks on your bike, because oil gets back onto your back tire while you're riding, and you can go slip sliding.
Steve, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
It's only a pleasure. Enjoy the bike.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it turns left, but I do trust you. You took it for a ride, obviously.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And I will see you after about 500 to 1,000 Ks.
Super.
Happy days.
All right, enjoy.
All Things Motoring is owned and brought to you by CHANGECARS, the platform buyers trust with good reason. CHANGECARS works exclusively with the best manufacturer-approved dealerships. There's no safer online vehicle platform in South Africa.